I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A Palm Coast man is jailed and facing multiple charges after allegedly attacking a sheriff's deputy. John Arking has the details.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office responded to a weapons complaint at a home on Bird of Paradise Drive in Palm Coast Friday night about 8 p.m. The complainant told deputies that when he confronted the driver of an unknown car parked in his driveway and asked him to leave, the man reportedly pulled out a pocket knife and threatened him with it before driving away. Deputies located the suspect vehicle and conducted a felony traffic stop, identifying the driver as 29-year-old Anthony Petrillo, who exited the vehicle and after a short foot chase punched a deputy in the chest and abdomen. Petrillo was wrestled to the ground and arrested before being treated for minor abrasions. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Our deputies did an outstanding job spotting a vehicle that was fleeing the scene of an aggravated assault. When the deputies pulled him over, the man violently resisted arrest, punching two of our deputies. He was subdued and taken to jail. My message is this: if you attack one of my deputy sheriffs, you will go to jail with additional charges. Fortunately, in this case, the deputy was not hurt, and the suspect only received minor injuries.
Petrillo was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery on a law enforcement officer, and resisting arrest. He was booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility where he's being held on a $55,000 bond. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Between hurricanes and the COVID and everything else, our early voting has been slower than expected, and we need voters.
So far, just 1,800 people have voted in the first 4 days of early voting. Supervisor of Elections Katie Lenhart says that number is unusually low.
It's about half of what we should have right now.
She adds vote-by-mail requests have hit historic levels.
We've sent out almost 29,000 vote-by-mail ballots for this election, which we've never seen before, so that's a good thing. Except that we need these people who have requested their ballot to get it back to us, because a lot of these folks are first-time vote-by-mail voters. So I just wanted to let everyone know that the Postal Service delivery takes about 5 to 7 days at least. So if you're planning on mailing it back, get it in the mail today or tomorrow. Give it plenty of time.
Now, your ballot must be in the office by 7 p.m. on Election Day. Postmarks do not extend that deadline. If you're too close to the deadline, there are secure ballot drop boxes at all early voting sites and the Department of Elections office. For those wishing to cast their ballot in person, Lenhart says voters will have a safe experience and they're following all CDC guidelines.
We're cleaning. The minimum is once an hour, but we're really able to do in between voters at the voting booth. And each voter, when they come in, we offer them a pin to use, and that's their pin. They can take it with them. We don't want it back, and we're trying our best to make sure everybody's safe. We're all wearing masks, face shields, and we have sneeze guards in place for our workers, and just trying to get everybody in and out quickly.
The primary election is August 18th.
Since we first heard about the coronavirus back in February and March, medical professionals say the testing for the virus has improved.
Dr. Paul Mucciola.
Our testing has been much better. When I say better, I mean that it's more accurate, results are more reliable, and even though some of the outpatient tests take a few days, they're good tests.
Dr. Mucciola is Advent Health Hospital's emergency room director. He said that when patients come in and say they've had a negative or a positive test for coronavirus, he's sure that those results are correct. He said that a smarter ER allows him to look at a patient's chest x-ray and tell whether they have COVID or not. Dr. Mucciola said that the testing is so improved that he doesn't even have to wait for a swab to come back to give a patient their test results. To listen to Dr. Mucciola and other healthcare professionals talk about all aspects of COVID-19, download the Flagler radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, Dr. M and Bob Snyder talk about the instant COVID test. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Even with the negative factors of a national pandemic, Flagler County and Palm Coast are experiencing the most dynamic real estate market in 15 years. Karen Johnson reports.
It's welcome news. The real estate market is soaring. The COVID-19 shutdown put a damper on home buying activity only momentarily, evidenced by a dip in pending contracts in late March through early May. Since then, pending sales have surged beyond not only the year-ago rate, but also the pre-pandemic rate. Toby Tobin, editor of GoToby.com and host of Real Estate Matters, puts the results in perspective.
The numbers just simply do not lie. The number of sales, home sales in June, 276, home sales in July, 295, are respectively the two highest sales levels since the housing bubble burst 15 years ago.
He says home buyers are hungry, even without the benefit of the Flagler Home Builders annual Spring Parade of Homes, now rescheduled for August 22nd through August 30th. And you can hear even more from Toby. Toby's show airs every Saturday morning at 11 and Sunday morning at 9, right here on WNZF. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.